You are watching DBS Television, and this is the 7 p.m. edition of the news in the English language. On our headline tonight, young Cameroonians at the University of Ngaoundéré receive a golden opportunity to showcase their know-how in the sector of agro-industrial transformation. This as the school launches this year's edition of the annual exhibition exercise. This is the headline for this newscast. Get this alongside other stories in a couple of seconds when we return, so don't go away. Thanks for joining us. You are watching the 7 p.m. edition of the news in the English language with me, Cynthia Nguemo. Thanks for joining us once again. We open this newscast from the north region of Cameroon, where the governor of the region, Jean Abate Idi, has paid a condolence visit to the Consul General of Chad in the far north region, that is in the north region, in the town of Garoua. This follows the demise of Chad's president recently. The Consul General considered the visit to be a true significance as well as a testimony of the brotherly nature of the relationship that exists between both Cameroon and Chad. Details of the story with Mange Venasius.
After the unfortunate situation in Chad that led to the tragic passing on of President Idriss Déby Itno, the governor of the North region, Jean Abate Idi, paid a courtesy visit to the Chadian consulate in Garoua to extend his message of condolence and solidarity with the citizen from Chad living in the region.
We are here to manifest our compassion for the Chad people, not only in the North region, but also to say them that we are together and we will be in the same attitude for this very deeply moment. So I have honor to congratulate the consulate of the Chad to say that we are together, and we cannot forget that we are the two countries, we have the broader country, and it is important for us to build the bridge of friendship.
During the visit, the governor took part in the official opening of the condolence register at the Consulate General. It was an opportunity to continue paying tribute to the fallen president, a good friend of Cameroon. As the country continues its 14 days of national mourning, the Chadian flag keeps flying at half-mast in the consulate in unison with the rest of the country. It was within this atmosphere of mourning that the over 10,000 Chadian community in the northern region and its environs received Governor Jean Abate Idi. Reacting to the visit, the Consul General, Bilal Mahamat Ali, highlighted that the gesture of the governor will go a long way to consolidate brotherly ties between Chad and Cameroon.
Still in Cameroon's northern regions, the security situation in Chad as well as in eastern Nigeria is alarming and obviously requires stronger security measures in Cameroon's far north region. For this reason, the governor of this region, Mijiawa Bakari, has invited all local administrators to discuss ways of reinforcing security at the border zones. Rogeatu Buba completes the story.
The particularly volatile security situation in Chad and eastern Nigeria requires new measures in the far north region. Through the launching of the first Regional Police Coordination Committee meeting, the governor of the far north region, Mijiawa Bakari, invited the 6 SDOs and the commander of the 4th Military Region and that of the 4th Region of the Gendarmerie to strengthen the security devices set up in the border zones. Vigilance must also be used in the fight against COVID-19, whose second wave remains a worry. In the last 2 months, the Far North region has recorded 179 positive COVID-19 cases, today bringing the number of patients cared for in the region to 998 and 40 deaths since April 18, 2020. The governor sounded an alarm.
It's spread in our country on one hand. On another hand, it's COVID-19. We have the vaccine since 2 weeks here, and we do call population of the Far North region to go to a different center to get their vaccine, because there is no harmful effect. We right now got more than 40 persons died from COVID-19. That's to say it is a reality, and each and everyone have to get the vaccine in order to be to shield itself. You used to say that prevention is better than cure.
For the vaccine against COVID-19, the government has made available to the public regional health delegation of the Far North region 23,760 doses of the Chinese vaccine and 51,000 doses of Russian vaccines.
You heard it on our headline. The University of Ngaoundéré, notably the Higher Institute of Technology at this university, has organized a 2-day exhibition exercise that is meant to expose its savoir-faire in agro-industrial transformation. Prominent amongst the products exposed are beverages made from local plants and fruits. Discover them in the following report with Ate Bonaventure.
Mimbong and Nseme are alcoholic beverages made from cassava and sorghum, an innovation of the Ngaoundéré University Institute of Technology under the University of Ngaoundéré.
First, in Cameroon, we are drinking too much beer. It's a huge platform. And then second, there are some trials in the field. There you have some not good beer, which are not like hygienic in terms of microbiology, etc. Then we decided to try to standardize the process of doing sorghum beer and cassava beer.
The 2-day exhibition seeks to promote local transformation and give visibility to the made in Cameroon products. Large-scale production could pose a problem because of lack of adequate funding.
We need the support from government because we know the technology, we know how to do it. So I don't know why the government cannot help us in order to make our country growing, because if we valorize our local product, we will gain all of us. Even the price will go down, everything will be cheap.
The different innovations shall be registered at the Africa Intellectual Property Organization for codenaming as possible geographical names.
We brought about 20 innovations, essentially products which have used the natural resources in Cameroon, and we've transformed them to finished products. So it means we are ready for those who are interested to set up industries in these different sectors.
The 2-day event wraps up this Wednesday with high hopes for a more sustainable food value chain for the country's growth.
Cameroon is currently in observation of the International Immunization Day, a 7-week long period dedicated to promoting the use of vaccines to protect people of all age groups against diseases. The week that is usually observed every year in the last week of April began on April 24th and will run to the 30th of April 2021. The International Immunization Center of Douala on the occasion has been carrying out door-to-door sensitization, advice and counseling, as well as testing and vaccination against various diseases like yellow fever, typhoid, cholera and others. Notes that every Cameroonian, notably those in Douala as from the age of 2, is eligible to the exercise at a subsidized price. Let's now have one of the personnel of the center tell us more in the following excerpt.
The International Immunization Center of Douala Bonanjo, we have launched a campaign, a week campaign for immunization of everybody. The population, as from 2 years, we vaccinate everybody here, old, young, as from to the age we need here is 2 years. We protect people against several illnesses, yellow fever, meningitis, typhoid, dysentery, cholera, many illness. But most of time people think that we only protect people who are traveling abroad. No, that is not the question. The International Immunization Center is to protect the population against those illnesses I've mentioned. I mean, this week we are doing a promotional campaign for some vaccine, like vaccine against meningitis. The normal price is 31,000, but during this campaign, we are giving it out for 28,000. And hepatitis, the screening test normally is 5,000 for each, hepatitis B and hepatitis C. But during this campaign, we are doing it for 5,000, the two. That means 2,500 for each. We are calling all the population of Douala to come and protect themselves here in traditional vaccination. It is our duty, our daily work.
Vaccination is prevention, and of course, prevention is better than cure. On to another story. We are fast approaching the International Labour Day, and for this reason, stakeholders of the labour sector in Yaoundé have met in order to discuss the challenges plaguing workers in Cameroon. The meeting, which took place under the supervision of the Minister of Labour and Social Security, is also meant at laying the groundwork for the celebration of this day, which comes up on the 1st of May under a COVID-19 context. Ate Bonaventure reports.
The 5 topics of discussion during this exchange include health and security at work and the implication of the Labour Inspectorate in ensuring the strict respect of COVID-19 barrier measures.
The Ministry of Labour, through the Labour Inspectorate, which is the operational arm of the ministry, has been at the forefront of the fight against this pandemic. It should be noted that in the early days of this crisis, the Minister of Labour and Social Security, in a press release titled "The Prevention of Spread of Coronavirus in the Work Environment," addressed major actors of the labour world, reminded employers that the government of Cameroon has defined a national policy to fight against coronavirus.
The theme adopted for this year's Labour Day celebration is the world of work and the COVID-19 pandemic, securing workers' health, a great challenge in the preservation of achievements within companies.
These health and safety committees, created at installing companies, are not yet fully operational. We are expected to see them play a major role in the structure of these companies to fight this pandemic. But in some cases, these committees seem to have been sidelined.
The teleconference was attended by hundreds of company representatives who had numerous unanswered preoccupations. The meeting took place under the auspices of Labour and Social Security Minister Gregoire Owona, who shall be live on state media to respond on the worries of representatives of trade unions on the said day.
That brings us to the next segment of this news, which is news out of Cameroon. In Chad, the military junta has reappointed Albert Pahimi Padake as the Prime Minister of the interim government, as he immediately called for the return of peace in the country, despite the demise of their president. Over in Nigeria, in last week's Kaduna State, in a private university, updates revealed that 2 students were actually killed during the attack, bringing now the death toll to be higher than what was originally reported. Rogia Tububa has more in the following.
The military junta in Chad on Monday appointed a transitional prime minister who called for a nationwide effort to speed the return to civilian rule, suspended after the shock battlefield death of veteran leader Idris Deby Itno. The Transitional Military Council, led by Deby's 37-year-old son Muhammad, named Albert Pahimi Padake, a distant runner-up in April 11th presidential polls, as Prime Minister. The Military Council took part last week, pledging to hold elections in 18 months. According to a decree, Pahimi is to head a transitional government whose members will be named by the new junta leader. The younger Deby, a 4-star general who previously commanded the elite Republican Guard, was named president and parliament was dissolved, a move branded an institutional coup by the opposition. The junta spokesman declared the army has located the enemy spread out in small groups, now regrouping in Niger's territory, and they have also gone the offensive against Libyan-based northern rebels, vowing to root out their leader, Muhammad Mahdi Ali, and seeking help from neighboring Niger to attack him down along with his fighters. 2 students have been killed after being kidnapped, with others last week by gunmen in northwestern Nigeria, bringing the death toll from the attack to increase. The killings in Kaduna State by criminals known locally as bandits marked an escalation in the mass kidnappings of students that plagued northwest and central Nigeria. Gunmen attacked the private Greenfield University last Tuesday in what was the 5th known attack on a school since December. In a statement on Saturday, President Muhammadu Buhari condemned the killings. Recent mass kidnappings have prompted 6 northern states to shut public schools to prevent further attacks. The government and security forces have largely been unable to stop the attacks as they struggle to contain worsening violence and criminality across the West African country.
That is what we had on this edition of the news here on DBS Television. Thanks for your keen attention. Have a blessed evening on DBS Television with our other programs until we meet tomorrow. Good night.